Hello everyone. You're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host Indranil. Today we have Virat Kohli versus SRH. I mean, we don't say RCB versus SRH. Virat Kohli versus SRH. That's what that team stands for. It's not RCB. Someone really suggested that how is this team Royal Challengers Bangalore function without Virat Kohli ever? It's very tough because he's such a big brand, and RCB is all about brands. So the brand which drives RCB is Virat Kohli. Brand Kohli. Tonight is another opportunity to see how they can sort of revive their fortune and look at the runs he's scored over the years. He's a big player. And whenever there is a RCB match, we call it Virat Kohli versus whichever team is there. And joining us today to discuss the match and our favorite subject, Virat Kohli, we are joined by Mr. Abhijit Sarkar, uh, Nilanjan Datta. I don't need to introduce them over and again by this time, the guests. And of course, Kabir Bhatia from the SG. Uh, great. Fireworks we can expect tonight again because it's SRH. SRH means fireworks, right, Abhijit sir?
Yeah,
Gola Baru.
the brutal batting you can see
Huh?
expect from them. Yeah. I think the way they are batting the top four, like Klassen and Travis said, Abhishek Sharma,
You seem
and
to be low on energy. You're
can you
off
hear me?
sugar or something.
No. I don't have sugar. I'm
No, because
I'm
no, off sugar because चीनी कम है ऐसा लग रहा है.
नहीं चीनी के एकदम बिल्कुल ठीक. अब ठीक है. अब ठीक
मैं
है.
ठीक हूँ.
हाँ.
मैं उम्र के
हाँ.
साथ हो जाता है कभी कभी
नहीं
कभी
नहीं
कभार.
उम्र वो आपको देख के थोड़ा इफेक्ट पड़ जाता है. आपके जो बेसुरे गाने आवाज सुनते हैं दैट अफेक्ट्स मी. So anyway, uh, but RCB is technically more or less, from my point of view, technically more or less out of the IPL. Maybe mathematically they are still existing. And today, nobody can question the brutal batting by Sunrisers. Sunrisers are in top four, the top floor, the way they are playing, and especially they have started creating a different template for the IPL, like 120, 113 for 6 overs, just like a T10 league. So that's a different approach. But from my point of view, both the teams, uh, you have to remember that the three highest scores of this year's IPL is by this Sunrisers teams: 290, 280, 267. But all these three scores were chased quite strongly by the opposition team. It of course it became a very interesting match, but that means that proves the both the teams bowling attack is weak, except Sunrisers may be a bit higher because of Cummins and the new arrival of Natarajan, because other bowlers and RCB's bowlers minimum economy rate is not below 9.5. So that you can imagine. So whomsoever, it all depends. Our Sunrisers will try to bat first and score maximum runs and try to outbat RCB, because the only three prominent batters in RCB, that is Virat Kohli, Dinesh Karthik, and Fab. Other players are Cameron Green, and both the Australians, Cameron Green and Maxwell. I don't know this today he will play or not. In more or less, they are mere spectators or mere passengers, be going in and out of the team. So I think it will be whomsoever, it will be outbatting each other, because RCB bowling attack
Batting versus
a bit
SRH.
RCB was yeah. So it is maybe if Virat scores a prolific century and bats
And his team
first, and
loses.
then
And his team
so
loses.
it is. And then no that is unfortunately has been the trend, but it is a batting, both brutal batting of Sunrisers and extraordinary batting by skill by Virat Kohli and
All right.
Dinesh Karthik and Fat.
All right. Mr. Datta, I just want to know about RCB. Every match they play is a semi-final match from here on. You want to, isn't it? I mean, just imagine they've actually lost it completely. Earlier matches, momentum. I've seen Mumbai Indians picking themselves up way back in 2015 when they lost out of first seven, 5 or 6 matches, and then they picked themselves so well and they went on to beat CSK in the final. So Mumbai is a different template, but RCB for them because of the bowling, Mumbai always had a good bowling. Remember those times they won. They had multi-dimensional bowling. They had Malinga, they had Bumrah, they had good spinners, Harbhajan. They had a variety, so multi-dimensional attack, which you hardly see it in today's world. RCB's every game is a semi-final. Mr. Datta, your thoughts?
Well, lovely to be on the show with Abhijit sir. And for a moment, I felt a lookalike of Mr. Virat Kohli, Mr. Kabir meeting me for the first time. There. Okay, we are speaking about Virat Kohli, about RCB. Okay, is that Virat? Oh, no, that's Mr. Kabir Bhatia. Lovely to be with both of you. See, you speak about it's a cliche, Indranil. If you ask me, RCB's every match is like a semi-final because each and every season it's the same kind of story. When did RCB kind of go on to that stage to be contenders? You need to go back, search, take a trip down memory lane, and actually find out. Oh, Anil Kumble was the captain then, and then what happened? Then what happened? So that has been going on. Their approach of the top-heavy approach, which I always insist upon, has not worked. Individuals putting in a set of talented individuals or Galacticos, as I always keep on mentioning. Real Madrid has never won everything in football. They may have had Galacticos. So that attitude needs to change. The variation in bowling, people speak about, obviously, each, and we always keep on saying, Dada is absolutely right, Vijit sir, that the bowling is very weak. But the variations need to be at least tried upon. If you do not try different variations, you don't have a plan B. There are so many thinkers sitting there in their RCB dugout or the team management, the technical team. Something or the other needs to be done. You change the pace of the bowling, alter it, try to bowl Yorkers, put in the other best foot forward, whatever it is, it needs to be done. And all of them together, the Galacticos individually have not performed. If they can today, there's absolute no pressure. It's only what is at stake. It's only pride. Let's hope, and no complaints if they come back very strongly. Entertain us. IPL is all about entertainment. That's all I can say.
Absolutely, it is entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. Kabir, when you think about RCB's bowling, I mean, they've never actually got that bowling bit right. I mean, I'm sure they're aware of it. Is it like a conscious effort not to rectify that mistake? I mean, I often wonder.
Uh, I feel like, of course, like you said, they do know they have to rectify it, but and I think they do try to. Beside Loki Ferguson this year, also got a couple of young spinners in Mayank Dagar and Karan Sharma. Karan Sharma is not young anymore, but yeah, couple of proven spinners. But I don't know what it is with RCB. Whenever, even when good bowlers go to the franchise, it just looks like they're ordinary. I don't know what it is. They've got one of the best thinkers in the dugout, in Mike Hesson. He's been brilliant. I mean, he used to be there with New Zealand as well, and he took them forward and everything. I don't know why he hasn't been able to do that with RCB. But not only with RCB, I've seen this season most of the fast bowlers, they're not trusting their Yorkers. They're not even trying to bowl Yorkers. And it actually baffles me how they're getting hit for so many runs and they're still not trying. I mean, what's the harm? That's all I can say. And I actually heard Dwayne Bravo talk about this earlier as well. So he was saying that every fast bowler that CSK have, he doesn't let them leave before they execute 15 Yorkers in a session.
Wow.
And that's why I feel like they've got Pathirana, who's got an amazing Yorker. That's how I feel like bowlers will improve, because Yorkers are the only balls that can't be hit these days, with especially with the wickets that are being prepared. So I think fast bowlers especially, need to trust their Yorkers more, even if they're not being able to execute 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's what I feel. It's not only RCB, and with Sunrisers batting lineup, I think it'll be very hard for RCB this evening.
So, I mean, Mr. Datta pointed out the Virat Kohli look. So, your your reaction to that, is it Virat Kohli look? I mean, is he inspiring? for youngsters like you?
He's inspiring youngsters. Yes, sir, for sure. But it's just the beard. I think it's just the beard.
No, you made a very pertinent point. But then there are days when it doesn't work. We saw other day how, mm, uh, I mean, Chennai struggled against LSG because it was due factor coming into play. But I want to see how Natarajan is bowling tonight. Abhijit said I was very excited because he pointed a very look at the numbers: 15 matches and 114 deliveries. He bowled matches 52, wicket 58, average 28 point. You know what I really like Natarajan. I remember after that Gaba win, where he played a huge role. There were no frontline bowlers. And then everyone came back. And then what happened was he was never taken into the side. Then he had COVID and he had injuries. But this time he's looking good. Avijit said, don't you think we should empower Natarajan, a lefty, and he's very accurate. And he can hit that block hole. Tonight is going to be a big test. If I were a selector, I would definitely look at Natarajan. What about you?
Look, that's the problem. That once to one or two matches the bowler bowls well, then you start speculating that he should be in the Indian team.
Hmm.
Look, you have to realize that he was not fit.
But
He's
you have a
injury
bigger
prone.
problem. You have a bigger
No, no, no,
problem
no.
in Indian bowling. You have no one
No, no.
except Bumrah.
So
So at least we are
that is
seeing some happy scenes. We are
that is
reacting to it. We said, okay, bring him
that
on.
is for BCCI to think. There are bigger problems. There are hardly any bowlers. Natarajan is not the option. There are hardly any. If Siraj is the number two bowler, look what his form. He's in a pathetic form. So, but he is still in the team because they will continue with the team that back the team which were playing early on because Shami is not there. They cannot take a fresh bowler there because they have no idea what sort of because there, in USA there will be drop-in pitches. The
Yeah.
drop-in pitches, yeah, in drop-in pitches, what how will they behave? That they have to go and find out.
Slow, low and
So
low.
slow, slow and low. So let's see. It will be low, but slow and fast. That what sort of pitches are being built? That look. One more thing. Now you have
No, no, tell me,
instigated me on.
have you ever heard players or have you played on a drop-in pitch ever? You.
No, no. I have not played, but I have know the experiences what they have shared with me.
All
One
right.
more thing. I would like to, in a passing reference, you have instigated me. Like
Uh,
still in USA, lots of grounds and
uh,
pitches are not yet prepared. If this would have happened in India or this part of the subcontinent, ICC would have started shouting by now that okay
yes.
that they are underprepared. Now just because it is
Pitches are coming.
USA,
Pitches are coming. Courier कर दिया है. आ रहा है West Indies से. हाँ.
so now they are not questioning that. So just because they want another time frame cricket to get popular, that is in USA. There is an Asian time frame, there is an Australian time frame. I mean time zone. I'm to say not time frame, time zone. So they want in other US time zones if that become popular, it will be very lucrative for ICC. Anyway, that's a different issue. But from that point of view, when you don't have any idea that if you are playing in Australia, you have an idea. If you're playing in New Zealand, you have an idea. If you are playing in Pakistan or Sri Lanka, you have an idea. If you are going and playing in fresh pitches, you will go with your standardized team who have already played the seniors, the senior pros. And because he's out of Natarajan is out of the mainstream for quite long time, he has come back. He's on a comeback zone now, so he should be given time. The national selector will not just by playing one or two matches or four or five IPL matches, he cannot be directly barged into the team. So that's the problem. But look, India has all-rounder problem. India has pace bowler problem because without Shami, the who will be sharing the new ball with Bumrah, you know, don't yet know. I think it will be Siraj only. Maybe Siraj form revives within after for the next 5 6 matches. It will be good for the Indian team.
All right. Talking about India. So, Mr. Datta, is it India has or India have? Because the Indian team has a very good chance this time in the World Cup. So, can we say India has or India have? A little bit of grammar practice.
इंडिया का चांसेस है, मेरा हिंदी यही बोलेगा. See, chances in the World Cup, every time we say we go there, but let's not go there at the favorites. I don't think so. We'll be at the favorites this time. Unpopular opinion from my side. We may be the dark horses. We may be prepared. The players will be coming on the back of a successful IPL edition. But each and every T20 World Cup in recent years, whenever we have gone into on the background of a successful IPL edition, we always felt that okay, we are the favorites. We have already won it. In fact, we haven't done anything, not won it. So that thing will always be at the back of the mind. Let's go as dark horses. It's about the mental aptitude of the players who will be willing to go there and kind of gel in that new time zone under those new conditions which Abhijit sir mentioned and pull out the best. In that sense, tried and tested players would be the best bet. There's been a process which is being followed by the national team in recent years, not very much open and flexible to putting in new blood all of a sudden, and I don't see that happening in the T20 World Cup. Maybe for one or two slots, but not in the first 11, definitely. My 2 cents.
Actually, and who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
That's just because no,
Okay,
it's
all
because
right.
he spoke against India. He became angry. Actually, he or she, whatever.
He, it's a
No, no.
3-year-old German
Remember,
Shepherd.
barking
Yeah,
dog seldom bites. Barking dog
because
seldom bites.
yes,
He
I
wags
know
his tail always.
Yes. But yeah, it's lovely to have a pet at home. But coming back to today's match, SRH batting. I mean, Kabir, we are hearing a lot of good things about Abhishek Sharma. Bring him down, bring him in, bring him in. And lot of it's getting the chorus is getting louder, but there is so much of traffic up front. Even Rishabh Pant can't bat up the order the way he's batting. We'll come to that also. But tell me something, how do you see Abhishek Sharma shaping up? Because he's a fantastic all-rounder. And I want to see these batters who can bowl, they should bowl regularly. So it because ultimately it will help India in the long run. For heaven's sake, whosoever is responsible, make Shivam Dube bowl, make Abhishek Sharma bowl, that will strengthen the side. Your thoughts, Kabir?
Those are so Abhishek Sharma is actually someone I've played junior cricket with. And funny story, he actually used to be a bowler. He used to bat at number 7, number 8 back then. He started off as a bowler. He under 14, under 16, he was the leading wicket taker, I think. And yeah, so like you said, I'd like to see him bowl a little more as well. Recent years, I think he's become more of a squashbuckling opener, which is very surprising for me to see because he used to be a very classical batsman. But yeah, like you said, I'd love to see him bowl more as well. Well, I think he's got the potential, and more importantly, I feel like he's got the human brain, the cricketing brain. Very skillful bowler as well. I don't know why he doesn't bowl as much anymore, but the way he's come along in this IPL, it's been very refreshing to see Indian opener playing without fear. Uh, you rarely see that Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, all of these guys they wanna build their innings. But Abhishek Sharma, he just comes and he starts hitting the ball from the get go. Very refreshing to see. It's like he's an Australian, no fear, doesn't think too much. Wherever you bowl to him, he's going after it. And yeah, I think he's got a very good future ahead. Uh, where surely will be in contention of the Indian team in the future. Don't think right now, it's too early for him right now. But and we've also got openers. We've also got seasoned openers in Rohit Sharma, and there have been talks of Virat Kohli opening as well. So don't think he'll be in contention this year, but in the future for sure. I think he's got a huge
I mean,
chance.
I would love to see him playing for India next 1 year or so, the way he's batting. Abhijit sir, dear, don't fear. I mean, Rishabh Pant, the way he batted last night, showed a tremendous amount of maturity. He lost, I mean, his team lost a couple of wickets, I guess, and the way he came in, got settled, went with the flow, got into the groove, got used to the pace and bounce of the pitch, and then launched his got into that stroke
onslaught.
mode. He was absolutely, clinical. Your thoughts? Abhijit sir.
First, first of all, I should start with a statement that there should not be any further debate that who should be the Indian wicketkeeper, who should go travel with the Indian team to the
Who's
T20 World Cup.
debating? You
The
are debating.
debate,
I'm not debating.
I am not
You
debating.
are
Other
debating.
people are
I'm
debating.
not
No,
debating.
I'm not debating. There are other people
So why are you
all
saying
around
debate?
you are debating. All around you are debating. People are debating that Sanju Samson and all sorts of names are coming up. Of course, Sanju Samson is batting well as well. But now he is a clear-cut winner. And the right word you have rarely you use the right word, but you have fortunately you have used the right word today.
Thank you so much.
Maturity.
I'm so grateful to you.
Maturity. Like that maturity he's showing after his comeback from this life-threatening accident. Earlier, there was a little bit of restlessness which he used to show once he used to come in the wicket. Now it's lots of maturity and calmness. He starts with a plan, and then his
But do you
onslaught
think
starts.
Indian
Uh,
men
uh,
take time to mature? Indian men take
no,
time
no.
to mature.
People like you may take time to mature. Now the youngsters like Kabir and all don't take time to mature. Look at the you have they are trained because like youngsters like Kabir will not take time to mature. He is more mature, maybe more mature than you. So,
Okay.
uh, Rishabh Pant definitely need maturity as far as the DRS decision is concerned. He is making blunders in all the DRSs. If he has to, even Kuldeep is forcing upon him to take a DRS call. Every bowler is forcing and taking a decision. After all, why I am saying so? If you would not have been a wicketkeeper, I would have not pointed out this thing. He is a wicketkeeper. He is the right person to decide in spite of that fact that he's making the wrong call, that for that he has to be careful. And he
But you're
maybe he
making
was
personal
he
comment against me. This is not right.
no,
I'm the
not
host
personal
of the
comment.
show.
And
No, you're saying
host
I'm not matured. If I'm not
host,
matured, how can I discuss cricket?
who said host cannot be roasted? So 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 it's quite natural. So the but look for about Rishabh Pant, I can go on speaking for hours and hours. That because the way he plays, it's so attractive. It's the people you see that. The expressions when he was hitting the shots around the crowd when the people camera was focusing on them, the people were just delighted. The way I can call it. Some of the shots were devastatingly some devastating shots of the way he hit a very in clinical way, very that as if people are saying it will go for six, but he's going over the boundary. So that is the class of Rishabh Pant, and people love him watching. But again, I will say that if he comes up the order, it will be good for the Delhi team. I don't know because they don't have a finisher. That's why he's coming down there. He will come up the order if even if he comes at number three, he will score far more runs than other players
But
around him.
were you there in the stadium last time in Kotla? I mean, how do you know that the six was traveling like this and that?
Look, that's the maturity I am talking about in Renil. I
All right.
observe things, observe and absorb. And you think by the time you observe, you dissolve.
You're making personal comment. I probably don't like it that way, but well, I'll take
That's
it out
that's
on you.
that's
Don't worry, sir. You're not going to
mature.
be leaving the show.
Nilanjan will train you how to get mature. Look, Nilanjan is in
Okay.
such a
So yeah, I mean,
mature.
talking about maturity, you need that in plenty when you're playing
The
for.
USP of this show is the banter between Abhijit sir and Indranil. It's Steve Waugh versus vintage Saurav Ganguly out there. Who's Waugh and
Who's
who's
Saurav here?
Dada?
Who's Saurav?
But from the neutral side, Dada is Dada, Abhijit sir is the Dada. Bas, I
He's a
won't say
friend of
anything
Saurav
about more
Ganguly
about
also.
it.
Closest friend,
Yeah.
Mr. Ganguly.
So
Ganguly would be happy.
yeah, but look, but you may be in for a surprise. He may come back in BCCI. The passing reference I'm saying. I'm not making a
Why?
conclusive statement.
On what
Don't
grounds
don't
will he
don't
come back?
don't start probing. I just made a
No,
statement,
no, I'm
casual
saying on
statement.
what grounds? If you have done something nice,
What
on
what
what grounds? I mean, what grounds he
what
was
what,
removed,
what he's
and
a
what grounds he's going to
reputed
come back?
he has not been removed. He withdrew himself.
Who said?
Yes, he was
Sir,
offered the
I'm
same
a
as
cricket reporter, sir. Sir, don't mislead
he
us. Please
no no
don't
no no
mislead
no
us,
no
sir. You're
no no no
misleading us.
he was offered the as the CEO, what do you call
IPL,
it?
IPL, IPL.
IPL commissioner.
So
He said it's
once you are no, no, listen. Once you're the principal of a school, if
yeah.
you take
That's
the
why
charge of vice principal
he
post,
denied. He denied. He said no, I'm not interested.
and he
So
exactly
look,
use this example
look,
that
look,
if I'm the
that,
headmaster,
look,
I can't go
that
down.
look that is a totally political issue. Let's not talk on the political topic. We are talking on
No,
sports.
why
So that's
political? This is a Bengal. Bengal was
no,
affected
look.
because Dada
We
went
are
down. Whatever, Dada is
we
still
are
there in CAB. Uh,
we are on national digital television. So it's let's not
no, no,
talk
we are
on
having fun.
regional.
Let me tell you that this is a fun-loving place. This is seriousness happens in other
I
sort of
think you
platforms,
should
but
you
here
should you should
cricket is
you
fun.
should.
Cricket is fun. We're enjoying it. We will enjoy it to the best of our ability. I mean, let's not take it personally. Oh, he said
I
like that
was
about me. No one has any grouse. It's just yeah, and cricket should be played like that. Involvement. I keep talking about how you have to watch the ball. Cricket is a very involved game. Swami Vivekananda said, if you want to kick the ball, you have to keep that focus in the ball, involved with that ball. Mr. Datta would be aware of because he has been the media manager with the All India Football Federation. So you must be aware of it. What Swami Vivekananda said about kicking the ball, right?
what a contrast. You got Mr. Indranil Basu talking about Swami Vivekananda.
Why?
What a contrast.
Why? Why?
How
Why?
can
Why?
you cannot even understand one word what Swami Vivekananda
We
spoke.
have grown up reading about his
You have grown
thought
up, but
process.
you have grown up, but yet you have yet to grow up. That's the problem.
All right,
So anyway,
Mr.
Dhananjay
Datta.
will take it forward.
Choroi beti, as Swamiji used to say.
Huh, huh.
Move forward.
So no, but I mean, the focus is so important, right? I mean, we see Hardik Pandya struggling as a captain, as a player. There must be something bothering him. That focus really, and T20 is one format where you need just 5 balls to come to form. And then Rishabh is showing that consistency. Your thoughts, Mr. Datta?
Well, Rishabh fully agree with what Abhijit Das said. I put up my hand like a layman and do means purely as a layman, as an outsider into the Indian team, national team management. Means I don't know whether the national team management speaks to players who are down and who seem to be out in the public eye. Okay, that this is the plan for you, like most football managers do. I am a huge football fan. We all are. Okay, these are the plans for you. Don't worry about anything in life. These are ups and downs. You'd be there on my list and just go out and give your best. Or are they just left out or avoided? I am very much eager to know from insiders whether that talk happens through whoever it may be. If Rishabh Pant, as and when he came in, after they saw him knocking in the nets or the first or one or two couple of matches, okay, he's maybe a rusty, but he's ready. You need to preempt after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches where Rishabh will be reaching. That talk needs to happen. It does immense good for the confidence of any player. I've seen it myself in my own eye, given the fact that Indian football are not world beaters. But it happens in such a situation. Who is going into the mindset of Hardik Pandya? Is he getting the support, the kind of a push and the support, not from commentators, from the team management? Okay, boss, jo hua, are bhai, tu karna, jana. Does that happen? I'm eager to know, because that what athletes need when they are down and out, that bit of cushion and that confidence, someone boosting and pushing them up. This is purely as a layman, purely as an outsider.
So true. Very well explained. Kabir, this is how it should be. When your chips are down, you need someone to, especially the team should be next to you all the time to come up and start performing the way he used to do. And Hardik Pandya, what he has done in last 3 years in Indian cricket is done some magical stuff. You've seen that. All right. I mean, 1 or 2 bad months won't make him a bad cricketer. I mean, we've seen in the World Cup the pace he was generating in that 50-over World Cup last year. In fact, the moment he went out, I knew it that they are going to be losing because he brings in so much of balance, and that's why he's such a special player. That's why he's given that extra rope. I mean, you do whatever you feel like, but is the team? I mean, because everyone is in need to get that title, want to do well. It's more of an ego trip that sort of conquers the franchisee thinking. But your thoughts, how Rishabh and all these people, they go down, then they come up, and that's what life is. That's what cricket is.
No, I think sorry, I think what Datta sir said is perfect. I mean, I've been thinking about this. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm a huge advocate of mental health, and it's still a taboo, especially in sports. But yeah, like he said, football managers and coaches, look at how they handle their players, right? And look at how the BCCI or I mean I'm just speaking as a layman as well. Look at how we're handling our players. Rishabh Pant, he came back from such a huge injury, and he probably had a good support team around him. He had his family or whatever. That's why he's been able to come back this well. But with Hardik Pandya, he's been going through so many injuries. Lost his father as well. It obviously must have been hard for him, but and with the new responsibility here, the whole of India is against him because of how he's taken away Rohit Sharma's captaincy. But that's not his fault. That's the management's fault, right? He hasn't done anything to do that. But that's what people in India do. They want a reason to hate people, and they want a reason to criticize people. But yeah, 4 or 5 bad games, and they forget what he's done for the country. They forget how he can win matches for the country. I get that IPL is a different tournament, and the franchises they're paced against each other. But at the end of the day, there's a World Cup coming up for the country. All of these players, they need our support, and Hardik Pandya, especially, like you said, special player. He brings so much of balance. Can clock over 140 kilometers an hour. Can hit sixes with ease. So yeah, I think he needs the management support more than anything right now. Especially with the way the media are throwing him under the bus. So yeah, that's what I think.
Very, very true. I mean, people try to pull anyone who's successful. I mean, look at me. Abhijit sir is always trying to pull me down. I mean, this is not right.
Look, you are not the future of Indian cricket. If people put you forward, and then what will happen to Indian cricket then? So if you go and practice in the net, so
So
they
you mean to say we
even
have no role to play?
look.
That's what
You
you're
said
saying.
that's why you said if you bowl, you take pride that I bowled to Samir Rizvi and all that, but
Huh.
that doesn't mean because of you bowling to Samir Rizvi, you got selected to IPL. Anyway, let me
All right.
share one more thing that
Huh.
look, BCCI is definitely taking good care of the players, and especially in the recovery process. Like, because I know when Shami got injured,
Yeah.
Shami before was leaving for London, he was just 1 2 days he was with us only in Lucknow. So he said his brothers and everybody was there. Generally, there is a trend that the family, somebody from the family goes there. His brother, I asked him, who is going? Hasib bhai is going, who's your brother? And everybody, oh no, the full team of one doctor, and everybody, everything has been provided by BCCI. They are accompanying me. They will be there in the operation. That full entourage was comprised of all the BCCI team, from the physio to the doctor to the person who will assisting. They only coordinated the operation. They were there during the operation, and while he came back, they accompanied him after the operation. So it is very
Amazing.
professional setup there. Yeah, but all depends upon, as Kabir rightly said. Look, it's not by the BCCI which is being managed, as it was told right in the beginning of the IPL also. The Indian team, the future, the Indian team players, they have to be properly tackled by the respective IPL team. I think it's such a huge professional, reputed stalwarts in the dugout of Mumbai. I think if Pandya is not sure of his batting position, there is
Yeah.
definitely something wrong. Definitely, it is not
All right.
only decided by the captain. If like people are now making marking out voucher, how much marks will you give voucher as a coach? It's not only voucher's fault. There is such a huge team. Malinga is there. Everybody can contribute. Why isn't he not sure about his batting position? He has already batted in 4 positions by now. He's such a good batter. He can himself by himself win. He's capable of scoring a century in IPL. He should have been the first, but the way he bats, he could have easily
True.
come being a captain, like he batted up the order in the GT. We were expecting he should have batted up the order in Mumbai also. Because look, I know you are not a batter, so you'll not realize the psyche. Batting all rounder. Why the batter bats? Because after batting, when they start hitting, when Rishabh was asked yesterday, he said, "What did you feel? What problem do you having?" So he said, "Moment I hit the first six, then I'm a bit free. I get then I'm in my own flow." Same goes if I feel strongly. Look, he's a good bowler, as Kabir said. If he starts batting well, na, the confidence is bound to come back to Hardik. When he will start
Very well
performing
said.
well, he start batting well, and then he will start bowling well,
One of the
and the
rare
decisions.
replies of yours, which I really like. One of the rare
Yeah,
replies of yours, which I really.
that maturity. That's maturity. You learned it. Try to learn from us. Nilanjan Datta, Vijay Sarkar, they can teach you about maturity. So anyway,
But
I
we are
think,
running short of time. We will continue this.
Hardik will always be an asset. He's an asset for the team. He will be in the
Save it
Indian
for
team. He
Saturday.
should be.
Saturday is the
Yeah,
match.
yeah,
Hardik is in
yeah.
Delhi. Let's not sort of talk too much about him because he might get annoyed. He's in Delhi. Close
He will not
proximity.
get annoyed. He will get annoyed with
Yeah,
you. He may
he
get
might.
annoyed with you.
Yeah, I mean, people get annoyed with me. Your closing
Yeah.
comment, Mr. Datta, before we wrap up the show quickly.
Another run chase
Today's
today.
match.
Let it happen. They need to find out
All
a
right.
strategy to win the toss and put them in. Bat first and allow SRH to chase 250 plus, 240 plus. We have a game on our hands.
Wow. Kabir, your thoughts tonight? What could possibly
I
happen?
um, I agree with Nilanjan sir here. I think the only chance RCB have is if they bat first. I don't think they can restrict
They will
SRH
continue.
below
Wow.
260 250 if SRH bat first. So yeah, I agree. They need to find a strategy where they bat first and they score 250 260. That's the only
All
way we
right.
have a game on our hands.
All right. So let's look at the top 11 picks for tonight's game, which is SRH versus RCB. We have Virat Kohli, the champion, run machine, Travis Head. Oh my God, he gives headache to so many players. Abhishek Sharma, the upcoming star, Klassen, the most dangerous batter in T20 format in the world right now. Makram, again, a very, very powerful man. He's won the T20 recently in South Africa for his domestic side. Will Jackson, another great uh, sort of addition to RCB. Nitish Reddy for SRH, good all rounder, can bat well, bowl well, good fielder as well. Shabazz is really wielding a lot of magic. Last game he played, he scored a first, I think, maiden half century. It was absolutely brilliant. Pat Cummins, all the world champion captain, of course, in Test and ODI cricket is second to none. T. Natarajan bowling well, and of course Bhuvneshwar Kumar, old man like Avijit sir is right now. Knows his way, knows his way to sort of maneuver things. This is our top 11 picks. Thank you, Abhijit sir, for your time. Kabir as well, and Mr. Datta for coming on this show for cricket calling. We're loving it. We're loving it. Actually, we're discussing cricket. We're having fun, and then we have mix of youth like me and experienced and old. You know, I don't want to get to that over and over again. Avijit sir being there, the two extreme ends makes this show really interesting. Thanks a lot. Have a great.
You are
Have a great.
misspelling youth. You are misspelling youth. You go to the spell bee contest. You'll learn what is the meaning of youth.
All right, he's after my life. His age is just a number, and yet MS Dhoni is proving it over and over again. I'm also one of
And
the
now you speak the
contenders.
right word. Yeah.
So age is just a number. Remember that. It's just all inside here. So yeah, let's enjoy the game and keep watching cricket calling. Thanks for coming on the show,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.